Good day, everyone. Sebastian here with another quick video. This time we're going to use the Scenario Manager tool that is found on the Data tab under the Forecast group and What If analysis. To simplify things, we are going to create a payment for a car purchase that we're looking to make. And so we're going to create a payment, set it all up, and then we're going to use Scenario Manager to change two variables in each calculation and then create a summary sheet. So first what we need to do is in A3, we're going to type in loan amount. Below that, we're going to do rate, and below that, we're going to do term, and then PMT to calculate the payment. We're not going to spend a lot of time explaining the payment calculation for this example because we're going to focus on Scenario Manager. If you need more information on how to calculate a payment, please go and watch the previous video located in the channel. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put in some generic numbers that we are potentially looking at using for the purchase of the vehicle. So we're going to start off with a arbitrary number of $25,000 as the loan. The rate we're going to say the vehicle is going to be is 3%. And these two numbers are what we're going to use to change to give us different scenario options. The term will always stay the same for the vehicle, which will be a 5-year term. What we're going to do is we're going to calculate monthly payments. So I'll put the word there, monthly, just to explain it. So once again, I'm not going to spend time going through how to calculate a payment. I'm going to quickly use the tools that I have to calculate the number on the generic side of things here. Look for the PMT function, click OK. So this is the PMT function. I'm going to take my rate and divide it by 12 because it's monthly. Take my number of periods, 5 times 12. And for PV, it's going to be negative 25,000. So if this was a generic car that we were purchasing, it would be $449 a month. Click OK. So now that we have a formula that uses different cell references to be calculated, we are going to now create a scenario manager to give us the option of 3 different vehicles. So here's what we do. To make sure our monthly payment is selected, we go to the forecast section of the data tab, click what if analysis, and then choose scenario manager. Once we click the scenario manager, you'll notice that there are no scenarios added or defined. Our job is to now add the scenarios based on what it is that we're talking about. We are talking about purchasing a vehicle. So we can go add. The first scenario, we can call it generic. What cells are we changing? Well, as previously mentioned, we're going to change 2 different cells. The first being the amount of money and the second being the rate. Once those 2 cells are listed, you can click OK. So for the generic values, we're going to leave it as it is, 25,000, and this represents 3%. Even though it's formatted here, for the sake of the scenario, it'll show you 0.03, but rest assured those equal 3%. Once we have that, we can click add because we have another one to do. In this one, the second scenario, we can call it Honda. So let's say we were looking specifically at a Honda. We can click OK. And the Honda is not the generic. It's actually more expensive. So we're going to say $30,000. We're also going to say that it's not just 3%, but it's 3.9%. So we will add a 9, like so. So this number represents 0.39, 0.039, which represents 3.9%. We're going to add. The next scenario is going to be, let's say, a Toyota. Now the Toyota, same cells we're going to change. We're going to click OK. And so the Toyota is going to be $33,000. But Toyota's going to have a promotion. The rate is not going to be 3%. It's going to be 1.9. So 0.019. That is representing 1.9%. Now that we have our three scenarios, we have generic, we have Honda, and we have Toyota, we no longer have to add another scenario. We can click OK now to get the next dialog box. Once I click OK, it's going to show us now the three scenarios that we're going to work with. One being the generic, as you see here, the second one being Honda, and the last one being Toyota. At this point, if I'm not satisfied and want to add some more, I can do so. If I'm not satisfied and I want to edit, I can also do so. But what it is that I'm actually looking for in this situation is a scenario summary. Once I click the scenario summary, it's going to ask me, well, what scenario do we want to do? What type of report? And we said summary. And which cell is impacted? What is going to change in each of the scenarios? Well, we know that we've changed those manually, but what we want to do is see how it impacts the monthly payment. So B7 is the cell that we want in this example. I click OK. And what it's going to do is going to generate a whole new sheet in your workbook and allow you to see all three different scenarios at the same time. So now you can actually do a proper comparison to show you what the outcomes would be based on the values that got changed. So just to recap, the scenario manager is slightly different than GoalSeek because it allows us to compare multiple variables, so 1 and 2, and show them all at the same time so we can do a proper analysis. GoalSeek would only allow you to change one or the other. So I hope this video was useful for you. I know it was a quick introduction into Scenario Manager, but again, it is one of these tools that has so many benefits once you know how to use them. I hope you enjoyed it. Have yourselves a great day.